Hello and welcome to this video on factorising an algebraic expression. Now, whenever you're factorising, the first thing you should always look for is a common factor. That's the first type of factorising. And if we look at this first example here, then yes, we do have what we would call a common factor. Both of these terms dividing by 2. They also divide by b and by c. So the highest common factor is 2bc. Now, you might need to think for a moment, but yes, both of those terms dividing by 2 and by b and by c. So when you divide the first term by 2bc, we want to think, well, what is left behind? We had a 4 there, so that means we must have divided 4 by 2 to leave a 2. And we can check that's right by multiplying those 2's to get back to 4. B squared was in the original term. We've divided out a b, which means there must be a b left behind. And then there was also a c in the original term, which we've divided out. So there's a 1 in there, but we wouldn't actually write it. So that's the first term now. When we move on to the minus 10bc, we can see that when we divide minus 10bc by 2bc, all that's actually left is minus 5. And so the important thing about factorising like this is that you check your answer. And if we take 2bc here and multiply it by 2b, then you'll see that we get 4b squared c. So that checks off, we get that first term. And if we then take 2bc and multiply it by negative 5, remember that negative, very important, then we do get negative 10bc, and we've checked off. So you can always check your factorising by multiplying back out. Now you can see that at the bottom of the page we have got, of course, another example here, and this is a different type of factorising. We should check for a common factor across these three terms, but there isn't one. And what you then will perhaps notice is that this is in fact a quadratic expression, and that's because the highest power of x here is x squared. So this is a quadratic. It's also written in the form of a trinomial, which means we've got three terms here. And the way to factorise this would be to put it into two brackets. And what we want to be doing is considering this term at the end here, this negative 18. Now we should actually also be considering the x squared, and there is a number, an invisible number in front of that x squared, which is a 1. So it makes no difference to the way we factorise this, but you'll see on the next example that that number at the front does make a difference. So what we want to be doing here is taking our negative 18 and looking for two numbers, two factors of negative 18 that will add together to make negative 7. So I'll highlight that in yellow there. So what do we need? We need two numbers that multiply to make negative 18, but that actually add together to make negative 7. Now, 9 and 2, they're factors of 18, and if we take a negative 9 and we add 2, then we'll see that we actually get the positive 7. So negative 9 plus 2 makes that positive 7, and negative 9 multiplied by 2 makes negative 18. So we can actually now fill in these brackets. At the front of the brackets will be x's, because x multiplied by x makes x squared. At the end of the bracket, well, the first one we can make negative 9, and the second one we need to make a positive 2. Now that negative 9 and positive 2 could be swapped around. We would still get the same answer here. And it's important to check your answer by multiplying out. So if we multiply the x by that x, we'll get x squared. If we multiply the first x by plus 2, we'll get 2x. Then if we multiply negative 9 by x, we'll get negative 9x. So the x's become negative 7x all over. And then negative 9 multiplies by positive 2 to make negative 18. So you can check by multiplying to make sure you've got that correct. Now this next example is considered one of the more difficult ones. And you might remember that last time I highlighted the term at the end, but I also highlighted the number in front of x squared. And in this example, we can use a method which involves multiplying the coefficient of x squared, so that's the number in front of x squared, by the term at the end here, the constant term. So 2 3s are 6. And what we're actually looking to do here is try and find two numbers that multiply to make 6 and that can add to make positive 7. So two numbers that multiply to make 6 and add to make 7 are 6 and 1. So now that we've achieved that, what we can do here is rewrite this expression, not in brackets yet, but actually just by expanding out that middle term. So the 2x squared is the same, and plus 7x we can write as plus 6x plus 1x, which we would just write as an x. So that still is 7x, but we've just expanded it out a little bit. That's where the 6 and the 1 went. They went in to be the numbers in front of x. They're the coefficients of x. So why would we ever want to do this? We've basically made it more complicated. But what you might now see is that over these first two terms, there is in fact a common factor, just like we saw in the earlier example. There's a common factor of 2x. So we can bring out this common factor of 2x and then think what's left behind. Well, it's x plus 3. So I'll just draw the green box around that because everything with the green box around it is now being written like that in a factorised form. Don't forget we always had plus x plus 3. Now what you might notice again is that we've got this x plus 3 here, and there that x plus 3 appears again. Sometimes you might find there's a number in front of the second x plus 3, so there might be a number in here. That's if these two had some sort of common factor, but they don't in this case. And what we can do then is, and you need to think carefully about why this works, but what we can do is we can say that we've got 2x multiplied by x plus 3 plus one lot of x plus 3. So what we've actually got is 2x plus 1 multiplied by x plus 3. And that is our factorised answer to this question. So let's just use the highlighters to just indicate where that came from. This whole 2x plus 1 here came from the 2x that's at the beginning of that bracket and the invisible 1 that's in front of that x plus 3. We've got one lot of x plus 3. And where did this come from? Well, that matches the brackets in yellow. So that's a method called the AC method for factorising a quadratic where the coefficient of x squared is not equal to 1. And it's a good method, but it does need practice.